once again, the series goes into the third game in our Protoss versus Zerg. We have the Team Liquid player at the bottom left of Daybreak. This is, of course,
Liquid Hero.
the player who won a DreamHack Winter, who took the last NASL season. It is Hero, a strong Protoss, able to withstand the pressure of his opponent on Cloud Kingdom. Now we are on Daybreak, and to the top right, we have, starting for FXO in blue, the one and only Leenock.
FXO, Leenock.
Leenock. Deadly Zerg. Tried to go for the quick 2-0-1 to save time, maybe just chill out a little bit before his next match, but Hero said no, he shut him down.
And of course, also in this match, we did it also in the last one, and we're going to do it again. If you guys don't follow these two players on Twitter and want to send them a tweet of support or add them, you can always do that. Leenock's Twitter account is FXO Leenock, and the Twitter account of his opponent of Liquid Hero is actually Liquid_Hero. Add both of them, follow them, send them a tweet. You can do the same for us as well. We're always happy to receive a few tweets. My Twitter account is @Caldor. Wolf, on the other hand, is @ProxyWolf.
Yeah, there's a few other Twitter accounts I would recommend for this tournament, especially Blizzard's StarCraft Twitter is just @StarCraft. Make sure to follow that to get great updates about patches, tournaments that are going on, as well as @GOMTV. They have a ton of information there as well. So this probe is doing a little bit of mineral harassment here, trying to stop the close patches of Leenock, just being very annoying as much as possible. We do see Hatch going down before the pool, just to be, or pool before Hatch, just to be safe.
You know the group match that they played in the 4th season of GSL that I mentioned earlier, the level where Hero, funny as it is, took Cloud Kingdom and now was able to take Cloud Kingdom again. This is actually the map that started things off in that season, and Hero lost to Leenock. So this is a turf where Leenock is very confident against the Team Liquid player. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategy he uses. It's more of a standard style that we see out of him. He took a chance on the last map, but now he really wants to go into more of a macro game. And Hero at the bottom left already with his, not only the Nexus, but goes also, of course, into the Gateway. And as soon as he drops the Cybernetic score after the Gateway is done, we'll find out what tech he has in mind this time.
Yes, indeed. I think that on this map, he's probably just going to take a third base. Just like standard Immortal, it expanded to the third base, not the timing push.
We see that a lot more these days, don't we, in the last few weeks? I mean, originally what you would do on a map like Daybreak was always, at first it was kind of the Blink Stalker +2 timing attack that a lot of players went for. Then the Immortal push got a lot more popular. Yeah. We had those Stargate openings on 2 bases.
Also, the old school 4 Gateway +1 Zealot attack at the third base of the Zerg was popular for a while as well.
With the pylon at the bottom right. But now a lot more players are really confident into going into a third base, dropping the Robotic Spay and the Twilight Council, going for the Blink to be a little bit faster, to be a little bit more mobile.
Yeah. That's what I would expect from Hero in game number 3. I don't think he's going to put it all on the line with a big timing push, and I also don't think he's going to go Stargate on this map. Only MC would do that. Probe is ready for the block against these Lings. Leenock just wants to see if +1 is being researched. And so far, no information on that, as there's no +1 at the Forge. We may see it pop up here in just a moment, but more likely we'll see the tech first.
And right now we have the third base as normal for Leenock, so this is really standard for Leenock this time, so no aggression or anything like it. And starting at the bottom left now with the Cybernetics score done, we are going to find out what exactly Hero is going to do here. Overlord's in position, trying to get a bit of a scout.
Yeah.
But there's always this one place in the base where you can't really get with an Overlord at the bottom left.
Exactly. By the way, the Probe sneaks out. He wants to go and see if there's a third base. He's got a long path to take. It looks like we're going to see Stargate. It just looks more and more like that, but he hasn't added anything yet. Now it starts to look more like Robo. There's the Stargate actually in the main base.
Goes into Stargate again. And the position is actually one that you also don't scout with an Overlord, unless you go in right away with the Overlord at the right side.
If you do that and there's nothing there, then you lose your Overlord and you don't see anything.
Yeah, the problem is with the Overlord that is positioned to the right side of the main base, you always have to make a choice. Either you go rather a little bit more to the bottom left or to the top right, so there's a good chance that you will actually miss this particular spot.
There's a good chance you're just going to be wrong.
But I feel that we were most likely going to see, once again, Hero showing what he's going for and trying to take down that Overlord as fast as possible.
Yeah. The Stargate finishing up. We're going to see a Void Ray first. No! Phoenix is, you know, with the resource he had lining up, I thought Void Ray was going to be the choice, but Hero is just going to do this Phoenix play where you hide the Phoenixes, then you go in and try to pick off Queens, Overlords, drones, whatever you can get. Take a third base while the Zerg player is a little bit flustered. Then the Zerg has to make a choice because he knows the robotic support base coming. Does he go for Infestors? Does he try to go Hydras? And Leenock is a player I would see going Hydras, but more likely will go for the Infestor follow-up.
Leenock goes Lair before he goes Speed on the 3 bases. This means that he hits the timing at 7:30, and we also have him with the double evolution chamber, which usually indicates that you don't want to go into Mutalisks, which would also be unlikely in this matchup on this map, but rather into the Infestors. And also Leenock with a good creep spread at his third. This is really important in this match. It's not going to matter in this particular game. It's not going to matter too much. But if you're up against an Immortal push or against any kind of gateway aggression, having the creep spread at the third base is really crucial because it gives you just this extra speed. It gives you an early detection and an advantage over your opponent. So really, really important here for him.
Yeah. Leenock doesn't know about the Phoenix's Heroes hitting them so well. This is going to be a bit of a surprise and maybe a shock to Leenock. He's got the infrastructure to make the spores. He already starts an infestation pit really quick before even seeing this. Just cutting the Roach Horn out again, just like on Vestige. Now the Spore Crawlers are started as the Phoenixes are spotted by that Overlord. He's ready. 4 Spore Crawlers, 2 Spine Crawlers. He's not leaving anything to chance here. The Queens are ready here at the 4th base, or at the 3rd base as well.
He's not leaving anything to chance, but can he get those Spore Crawlers up? Here comes the lift, and immediately the few Stalkers that we have are attacking the Queen. The Queen is not dead yet, and those Lings are starting to surround every single Stalker, and they are dead before it really started, and the same fate is also happening to those Phoenixes.
Yeah, he's got one Phoenix so low on health. Yeah, a little bit of damage was done by Hero, but he doesn't damage Leenock enough here. He's going to supply block him a little bit further here, but with 3 Overlords coming out, he should be okay. He's just not going to be able to start his Infest on time. I want to see a Pathogen Glance. There it is.
There's another Brute Lord that he just killed. Pathogen Glance, as he just pointed out, is on its way. +1 for Hero, +1 armor and attack for Leenock. And Leenock has a pretty good map presence.
Yeah, and the Hero wants to take that 3rd base, but there's no way. Oh, SU supports us here. Good job. Not even going to lose more than 1 sentry, but this Nexus cannot be started. He has to warp in a few Zealots awkwardly here. Will he be able to trap these Lings?
And, he traps the sentries.
Yeah, the Lings say, you don't want to trap us, we want to trap you.
And he's losing 1, he's losing...
2nd sentry lives.
Yeah.
For now. Oh!
Bye.
Targets it down.
Ouch. And another thing that he targeted down was the probe.
Yes.
So Hero has to send a probe over, losing precious seconds here to start his 3rd base.
He's going in for another wave with the Phoenixes. With all the trade, though, that Leenock dropped off with those Lings, he's actually behind the supply. Hero able to keep getting those Immortals out.
Yeah, the Phoenixes don't really have an opening.
But you know, Immortals become less and less valuable against the composition that Leenock is building. He needs to go into Colossi as soon as possible, because when you have a few Immortals out against that relatively small Roach Force with no Infestors, they're really strong. But when you have Infestors out and the Roach Force gets really large, like it's going to as soon as he starts maxing on those.
The bigger problem is that he doesn't have the sentries anymore. He lost so many already that the sentry count is currently only at 6, and you want to have like 8 to 12.
And some of those sentries he just warped in to replenish, so that really delays his tech.
Yeah, so as long as you have the Infestors, I mean, what do the Infestors do against the Immortal push? They double fungal the sentries, then the sentries are gone, and therefore the shield for the Immortals. You can get close with the Roaches and also with the Zerglings, so this is really difficult for Hero, who has now the 3rd base on its way, but Leenock's economy is just magnificent, even taking a 4th base here.
Kills the Overlord. He's got everything set for Immortal push. I don't think he's going to cancel here, though.
No.
He doesn't have a Twilight Council. That's one of my concerns. He doesn't have a Twilight Council, and he doesn't have that robotic support base. So he's going to need both of those tech structures to go forward here with his tech. Here comes the Warp Wisdom. So he's going to go for a push, but he's going to leave the 3rd base with several cannons back at home.
The Spine Crawlers are on their way. And of course now we are heading into the Hive Tech, and this is the one thing that Hero tries to dodge. He doesn't want to face Brood Lords, and I mean, no Protoss player out there is going to blame him for that. He wants to hit a timing, but can he really make that happen? The army supply is in favor of Hero at this point, but Leenock is already producing more Infestors and also Roaches and Zerglings, and look at these bundles!
Great drops on the Immortal, though. He actually gets into where the Infestors start targeting them down. They're still armored, even though they don't have any actual physical armor. He's dropping the Phoenixes down as well, though, with the bundles, but I have to say, Hero actually doing a lot with this push.
Hero doing a lot with the push indeed. Those bundles are doing a lot of damage on the other hand. And now Leenock is once again ahead in supply, but he lost a lot of the infestors thanks to the force fields. They trapped every single infestor to the front and they were taken down by Hero. Hero is now in army supply, still behind Leenock.
Yeah, Leenock has too much coming in here. He's got so many Lings and Roaches coming out, as well as some additional infestors. He's got several infestors left. That Immortal barely survives against the Spine, now up to 7 kills, but it's being targeted.
But you know, Wolf, a lot of these infestors are without energy, and he even has to pull his Jones to make this work.
And the Phoenix is actually lift, and Immortal defensively here to protect it. He's going to have to lift it again if he wants to save it. He lifts the Stalker as well. Really nice micro here, very creative by Hero.
It is a great micro by Hero, but is it enough? Hero's defense is good, but Leenock's onslaught just doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop, man. I think Hero may be out of luck because Leenock now has a 4th base. He's going to clean up these Phoenixes. He's got the infestors. Boom, Infested Terrans dropping those Phoenixes down like nothing, dropping them like paper airplanes. And now those 2 critical techs coming up at the same time. We have a Robotic Support Bay and a Twilight Council at the same time as the Greater Spire. What does that say about the state of this game? Hero is in trouble.
Yeah, he definitely is in a lot of trouble. His tech is nowhere near where it has to be to face up against this position. And he did a lot of damage, you know, he really hit a good timing there. Leenock struggled. You could really see that it was difficult for him to come through. But he was able to defend, and he did not lose enough of his economy to make this work for Hero. And suddenly, what can he do? The timing with the Broodlords is going to pose him with a huge problem, and I don't think that he has an answer.
Yeah, it's... I don't think he will, but you know, miracles have happened before. Leenock was really behind in game number 1 of Vestige, but I have to say, I don't think he was this far behind. This is a situation where now Hero is stuck on 3 bases, and being stuck on 3 bases as a pro officer can work out if you can max out with the perfect composition, but if Leenock keeps trading, Hero will never be able to get maxed out. He'll run out of money, and Leenock will have the bitter tech and will just sit back with his Warlords and win the game.
Leenock is 50 supply ahead and also taking a 5th base now, and that gives him such an edge. This is really, really difficult now for Hero to face, and I just don't see an answer for him. I mean, the guy is trying, but if you compare it to the position he had on Belgian Vestige, like the first time, when he just missed his timing, I feel now he's so far behind in this game. He needs a small miracle to make this work.
Yeah, it may be a big miracle.
An incredible miracle.
Yeah, certainly, man, because 4 Broodlords already starting. He's got the Spines. +3 for melee weapons coming out faster than +2 for Hero's ground weapons because he was so late getting that Twilight Council. Yeah, +2 for the Infested Terrans, and Roach is coming out now. And the +3 is not for Zerglings, really. It's for the Broodlings.
The speed for the Warp Prism, that's one of the things that he wants to use to just pressure Leenock a little bit. And it's one of the responses that a lot of Protoss player will choose against Broodlords, because the Broodlord army is so immobile that you try to circumvent it with a speed Warp Prism, get into the main base, open up another flank. But I just don't think that it's going to be enough. Leenock is not only maxed out, he is nearly maxed out on upgrades, and he has a bank.
Yeah. So 3 Broodlords coming down, 4 Broodlords coming down now for Leenock. He's really building that count. He's actually going to be up to 8 by the time the attack hits, with full energy infestors underneath, with spine crawlers, and Hero has not even touched that destructible debris. He hasn't even touched it. He has to walk all the way around if he wants to attack. And that's what Leenock is going to be waiting for. So Hero is going to take the smart choice here. I think he's going to poke around the map, try to do something with this Warp Prism, try to keep Leenock occupied while he takes a 4th. You know, the question is, Counter, is he going to get a Fleet Beacon? Look at that. The preparation is set for the Zealot Warp in.
Leenock has 7 Spine Crawler on his way, 8 now, and 3 Spore Crawlers. He doesn't take any chances here. He's like, I have the bank, I have 200 supply. I'm just going to completely defend everything that I have, my tech, my bases. You can use your Warp Prism as much as you want. I will not die to any kind of Warp ins.
There's the Fleet Beacon. It's important. You know, it's so critical at this moment in time to have that. He needs to buy time for the mothership, then open get the engagement. Look at this. He protects the main base. We've got Spore Flowers, man. Spore Flowers and Spine Flowers.
He's everywhere. He doesn't want to lose his tech, and Hero is going to see that. I doubt that Hero is actually trying to warp in anything.
Well, he's about to run into the ring of fire that the Spine Crawlers is going to drop on those Zealots if he tries warping here. He sees the Spore, he sees the Spines, he's like, nope, this is just not going to work, unfortunately. This Warp Prism is just as much out of luck. In fact, with the Corruptor there, even more. So look at that. 2 Spores over here. Nothing escapes Leenock. That Warp Prism is dead.
Hero is up against the Leenoktopus here, and there's a reason why a lot of people say this is the strongest Zerg that we currently have in Korea.
He found the one opening, though. It's not going to last forever. He takes his opportunity, warps in 6 Zealots. He wants to move this Broodlord army to the right side while he warps in Zealots. to the south, but there's too many spines down there.
There are way too many spines. Now, Storm is on its way, +3 as well. And Hero is getting a lot of supply here. The War Prism is now dead. The rest on the ground is also dying. Those Zealots at least taking down one Infestor, doing a bit of damage, but still.
He cleared up some of those spines to the south as well, so Hero may be able to come in with an attack a little bit later.
Hero actually gets this Mothership. I did not think it possible. I really thought the Leenock would attack before the Mothership hits, but I feel right now Leenock has to be very careful that he is not hit by an Arc Controller.
Yeah, Kelder, what happened in game number 1 was Leenock got behind, Hero gave him an opportunity, Leenock caught up. Now what's happening in game number 3 is Leenock got ahead, Hero is turtling, he's defending, and he's actually catching up. Yeah, Leenock is building the better bank, and he still has the better economy. Technically speaking, he has so much good defense up, but that one Archon Toilet can end the game. He's actually getting +1 for his Mothership now as well.
It's going to be the battle between the Vortex and the Neural Parasite, because Neural Parasite has been researched, and the Infestor count is currently up to 10. So if James Bond Infestor is just tunneling his way underneath the Mothership and using that one Neural, then the game will end in favor of Leenock. But if the Archon Toilet is good, it could end in Hero's favor.
Yeah. The Brewlord's firepower is so much, though it's hard for him to approach with the ground army without that support. Oh, he loses the Warp Prism. That means these Stalkers have nowhere to run. He's actually going to target on the hatchery. Look at this! He just ignores the spines. He's trying to use the raw damage output of the Immortals.
And the Immortals will take it down?
That was a sick idea. I love that. That is awesome, man. Nobody does strategies like that. Just going, hey, you know what? I'm not even going to try to warp in 12 Zealots. I'm just going to use Immortals only. They have enough shields. They have enough damage output. That was super cool.
That was a really smart decision.
That was a Carbot video, man, right there.
Yeah, indeed. That was definitely a Carbot style. 2 shots and the hatch was gone.
5 Spine Lords, I don't care.
Yeah. Poke, poke, poke. Not even a scratch.
+3 for the Brewlords coming out. That Nexus was started for less than 2 seconds.
And Wolf says we don't have the energy for Vortex just yet. How many Archons are there? We have 3. Needs a few more.
Mothership now at 76 energy, needs a little bit more time.
That is so close.
He needs to get the Mothership in position as well. Leenock has to be so careful with how he moves his Brewlords. They're a little bit clumped right now. One Vortex could actually capture almost all of them.
The Mothership is actually in the perfect spot, but it doesn't have the energy.
Yeah, he needs about 10 more seconds here. It's flowing.
And do you see that? To the left, the Archons are already there. A few to the left, a few to the right. They're just waiting for it. Neural against Vortex. Who's coming out the victor today? Will James Bond Infestor save the day for Leenock, or is Hero actually going to do it with the Mothership?
Well, Leenock is brute forcing his way into 11 Corruptors. That's going to be pretty useful against the switch and the Void Rays that we see from Hero, as he's getting +2 arrow weapons, starting Void Rays, may add some Stargates very soon. The Mothership is so out in the open here, he's got to be careful about that.
Yeah, he's trying to just find a good angle.
Here come the Infestors. They lead the charge. He wants to go in and get that one Vortex. That's all it takes.
He's going into Void Rays now as well. We have him with a +2 attack upgrade for the ship weapons. He's trying to slowly transition.
He has to cancel the hatch, and Leenock's bank is getting insane. 42-30 for his resources here.
He's trying to get into position with the Mothership. Look at that.
He's getting pretty close.
Oh, not close enough.
Not quite.
And he needs to be so careful, man. If those Infestors get close...
The Void Ray is ready to help spot as well to the south.
This is so intense. The bank for both is crazy. The bank for Leenock is better. But still, one Mothership to rule them all.
Those Corruptors take out the Void Ray so fast, but the Mothership is relatively exposed again here, but the Infestors have to stay away. He wants to get the Templar here, and he will get one.
Yeah, the Mothership.
I don't like this idea, though. He's not going to get that Mothership, I don't think.
It's going to be close now.
Even with +3, he couldn't quite get it. Now the Storm's on these Broodlings, and all the Corruptors are gone.
All the Corruptors are gone. And as I said, one Mothership to rule them all. It's a little bit too big to put on your finger, but it's still pretty.
Yeah, man.
And look at the warping at the bottom right. We have a few units for Hero doing a lot of damage here at the third. The Zealots are really taking their toll. The big story is still, of course, the Mothership at the top left. Infestors are dying here. Not getting close enough to the Mothership. Another Infestor is trying to make his way in. Not enough energy for a Neural, though. Leenock is falling a little bit apart.
He got the Neural.
When did that happen?
He must have been able to sneak in just barely and force the Vortex off. And he gets a fungal here. There's not enough energy for a Vortex again, though. Some feedbacks go down, but Leenock...
Oh, wow.
He targets it down with some corruptness from the main. The infested Terrans here are too much. They push Hero back. His economy is in tatters.
That's bad news for Hero there. One Infestor snuck in, James Bond Infestor. He's still invisible. We didn't even see him on screen. And now there are good blinks. They take down Infestor after Infestor. Leenock is dropping in supply, but his bank is going to come through for him. Hero needs a mothership again.
Yeah, he needs a mothership again, but he's about to have +3 armor, and that the Warping on the right side caused him to kill a Hatcheries and kill a Greater Spire. Leenock has to come home with his very slow Broodlords, and the Infestor a little bit lagging behind. What if he blinks under here? He might take the opportunity. Will he do it? No.
He's going to lose his entire army.
He's trapped in between Spine Crawlers. He blinks in. It's a little bit too late, though. The Archons, what are they doing? They got to get in there. They got to close the distance.
They are killing as much as possible, one after another. He's trying his best, and Leenock is losing a lot of supply, but Hero is just losing more. Without the mothership, without the Vortex, it's not a fight that he can win.
No, the Archons can't close the distance anymore. He's losing everything. Hero has no economy left. He's got a bank, but it's not going to be enough. He starts the mothership, but
no mining.
It's desperate. He's long distance mining from his 4th. Even his 3rd is out of minerals. He's got 1 mineral field with 30 minerals left.
He does have 1 Archon. Even if he gets the mothership out and the best Vortex ever, 1 Archon is not gonna do the trick.
He's got a bank that he just spent too. You mean he can't build anything else. He just spent his entire bank on the Nexus.
Oh my god. Hero
cannot afford to lose a single Templar here, but it's too bad. He's gonna lose one.
I mean, he's playing this as best as he can, but this is an uphill battle. This is so difficult.
Lockdown on the Stalkers.
Leenock shows no mercy. Not at all.
Even corrupting this Archon.
He wants it. He really, really wants it.
And he's going to get it, at least in this first best of 3.
The mothership, it's nearly completed, but what good does the mothership do?
12 infestors are on the way. Leenock is spending that bank in the best way possible. That will put him up to 31 infestors against Hero, who has basically nothing more but a few probes on the map, and that doesn't consist of an army.
Even the Queen's in rage mode, starting to take down buildings here.
The Broodlings coming in, taking out the probes. GG! Leenock takes his first game in the series, tying him here with his Zerg brother, DRG.
Close ones, though. Really, really close battles that we had so far. DRG wins against MVP, and Leenock takes it against Hero. And guys, we actually don't even have a break here. No, because we don't need one. We don't want one. We want the next game, and it's gonna be an epic one. It is going to be a Protoss versus a Terran. Our next match today is going to be Parting versus MVP.
It is indeed, man. I cannot even imagine what we're gonna see in this best of 3.
Yeah, here's the result of the last game, though, for all of you tuned in a little bit too late. Leenock with a 2-1 against Hero. So now Leenock and DRG ahead in the group, but this is a best of 3 group with 5 players. We'll be here for quite a while, and I'm happy about that.
I'm actually, there's something I'm going to mention that might freak you out a little bit. You're going to be like, you don't have your paper, man. How do you keep track of this group without your paper, dude?
Hey, I wanted to go into the next break and get my paper. I have everything saved in my head now, but I really need my paper to write all the scores down. I don't know why I forgot that earlier. And then suddenly they announced, oh, by the way, boys, we don't have a break between Game 2 and Game 3. And I'm like, whoa, okay. But after that, I will make sure that we write everything down. Yeah, don't worry, I'm still on top of things.
Well, here is Parting. He is the world champion. Going into the Blizzard Cup, already winning Blizzard's biggest tournament they've ever had. Taking the Asia Finals, getting 2nd place there. Global Final Champion and winning WCG. You know, we all say that MVP is the best player in the world, the most consistent player, but in today's history, during this period of time in the GSL and worldwide tournaments, Parting is the best player in the world, successfully wise.
Yeah, this guy is definitely on top of the world these days. He's actually trying to go for pink here.
They gave it to him.
They gave him pink?
Yeah, they actually just said, you're going to be pink, let's go.
Yeah, they have to make up for the pink mouse that he doesn't use anymore. He decided to go for a normal one because he was teased too much.
Basically, he's like, well, I don't know if I want pink, and Heaven's just like, you weirdo, like, what do you want then? I think he's actually going to keep the pink.
I hope so. Well, there we have the two of them. MVP to the left, down 1 game in this group already. Lost to DRG. And on the other hand, the Parting, who has his first game here, his first best of 3, with Antigua being the starting map.
Look
Look at him just stretching.
Yeah, stretching, man. And he's playing against the most consistent programmer of all time. It's like the old world winner versus the new. This is going to collide in basically we've got 2010 man versus 2012 man. Yeah, MVP had some pretty good runs in 2011, but his year was definitely 2010. Now it's 2012. The year is coming to a close. And Parting, man, can he beat an old enemy here? Someone who's knocked him out of several GSLs. Let's find out right now. Map number 1 on Antigua Shipyard here at the 2012 Blizzard Cup Outer Wall.